Perfect. Everybody, welcome to episode 7 of Chairman Talks. We got a different six-figure earner every single week, giving you guys the mindset, the skill set, and everything that you need to take your business to the next level. If y'all are excited for the guest speaker that we got on this call, drop an 888 in the chat. Drop an 888 in the chat if you're hyped up, because I'm fired up. We were having a conversation the other day, and just the amount of knowledge, the amount of value that this person has, he's the type of person that when he speaks, people listen. He's an amazing trainer. He's an amazing speaker. He has an amazing work ethic. And what's crazy is I think he's literally at an event right now, and he literally stepped out to the side, right? So he could be here with us to give you guys the value. So everybody drop a thank you in the chat. And with that being said, we're going to get this thing started. I don't want to go too in depth with the story, because that's going to be one of the questions that we ask him today. So guys, everybody stop the thank yous. Actually, let's drop some C25s, because C25 is loading for my brother C John. You there, bro?
Yes, sir. I am here. I'm here, brother. I'm here. Hold on one second. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yo, you at an event right now, bro?
Yeah, we at an event, bro. We are at an event. Here we go. All right, back. Perfect. About 100 plus, about 100, 170, 180.
Sheesh. I see you, bro. Appreciate you for stepping out of the event to be here with us, bro. We're excited.
Let's get it, man. I'm excited. Let's get it. I love it.
Let's get it, bro. So a lot of people here don't know your story, and I think that your story is super, super powerful, bro. So before you even got involved in the academy, I kind of want to know, where you're from, what you were doing before, all the way leading up until when you got started, and we'll start from there.
Absolutely. All right. First and foremost, Cruiser, thank you for having me, brother. Appreciate you, bro. A lot of gratitude to you, a lot of gratitude to everybody else who are putting in the extra reps on today's call, being able to go ahead and listen in, get the notepad out, and just get, a lot of perspective today. So I appreciate you for having me, bro. So definitely want to go ahead and, give some gratitude back to you. So if you guys can go ahead real quick, as I'm about to go into my story, drop some C25s for Mr. Cruiser here, because, he's putting in the extra reps on Saturday and bringing you guys a lot of value. So grateful for you, brother. So yeah, drop some T25s, man. And you don't have to keep dropping them too long, but I know everybody here is coachable. But to go into my story, I'll give you guys the accelerated version, but I'll still give you some details as well. So before this, I grew up humble beginnings, single mom, where, I seen her work 2 to 3 jobs. So, that person that was just, seeing his mom struggle and stuff like that. And, I was like, yo, if I ever found an opportunity to do something, I will go ahead and take advantage of that and go do it. And most people, I see a lot of people have that story in common, but they're not really like serious about it. You know what I mean? So for me, my mom told me to go to college. Fun fact, I actually played Division II football, and I was there just for that. I didn't care about school. I didn't care about my GPA. I didn't care about none of that. I kept my grades up just enough just to be able to play. That's really it. And, kind of learned about entrepreneurship my last 2 semesters. And then I realized that, wow, like I really don't want to work for nobody. So I had to go work, unfortunately, just to put some cash in my pocket. And I started networking, and I used to do photography while I was in school. I used to do videography while I was in school. I love shooting. I did a lot of free projects just to network with people, because I understood, being able to be in proximity with people. So, I actually started working at a radio station. I was hosting my own sports show. I love talking about sports. I would talk about it for free. I loved it. And I was working two to 3 days out of the week, doing, afternoon drive time, and then hosting a sports show on Thursday. So that was pretty dope. Underpaid, but I didn't care because it was fun. So I didn't really care. But as you start to grow and become an adult, you realize that, like, fun is cool, but I still got to pay these bills. Like, I still got to, worry about my future. So I picked up another job. I started doing marketing for the NBA D League. A lot of people thought I was lit. They was like, oh, you know, you're around celebrities, you're around this, you're around that. And for those of you who don't know what the NBA D League is now called the G League now, right? And this is where they send NBA players to develop. So I was working there. I had a lot of access, a lot of proximity. After that, I was actually about to go get a job with the Brooklyn Nets and actually start working with them, but I stopped just because I put that on pause because I knew it was more out there for me. So fast forward, I'm in PA. Like I said, I went to Gannett University, graduated. And as I was sitting in graduation, I said, I'm gonna make the most money out of my whole graduation class. I don't know why that thought came to my head, but that's just what happened. So graduated from Gannett University, MP, Erie, Pennsylvania. Then I went back to New York City, where it is that I'm from, specifically in the Bronx. And you know what I did was I was just looking for some jobs, and then one of my friends reached out to me. I started working with younger kids at the sports facility who were, you know, the kids were about 3 to 5 years old, so it was fun. It was dope. I was teaching them all types of sports. You know, we had a system and everything for that. It was dope. Picked up another job working at an after-school program, and combined with those two, I was working those simultaneously. And then I was also, you know, just some details and some more in-depth stuff. I was flipping sneakers on the side, you know, so I was a hustler. Like I was running it up. I was doing those things. And then for some reason, one of my old friends from high school, he told me about a job opening to be a school teacher, and they literally like recruited me. You know how like the things that everybody was scared to do, like recruit people, like they recruited me, right? You know, scared to tell
Right.
somebody about something, they recruited me, and I became a school teacher. I was teaching third, fourth, and fifth grade. I was teaching health and wellness, and I was doing that for about a year and a half. And then last thing is, you know, I was literally looking for something. I was seeking for something, and I found Gustavo, Chairman 50. I found him on Instagram, and I saw him on IG Live. He said he dropped out of high school and cleared multiple six figures. And I'm very competitive, have an A personality type. So if I see somebody could do something, I'm just like, yo, at the end of the day, I feel like we're all God's children. And I'm like, why would God treat another child better than his other child? You know, I feel like he treats us all the same. So for me, I said, you know what? If God can do it for him, he could do it for me. You know, so for me, I just said, you know what? I'm ready to like figure out what's going on. And, you know, I don't know exactly what it is that he's doing. But, you know, we went ahead, we did that, and got started. I didn't say, you know, do we need any? I didn't tell him to guarantee me no money or anything. I said, look, bro, I don't care about the money. I just need the guidance. I need to know that I can text you whenever I can. I need to know that I can ask you a question whenever I can. See, a lot of people are thinking about the money. I already knew I was going to make money because I'm betting on myself every time. So, you know, just to give you the accelerated journey, it took me 4 months to hit P150. Um, and then after that, you know, it took me a year to hit P2000, and I left my job after that. After I left my job, the year later, I hit chairman. So it only took me 2 years to hit chairman. And then after that, you know, I've been in a business for about 3.5 years now, and you know, I'm blessed and grateful. Literally on pace to, you know, retire my mom. So that's what's going on right now. But yeah, that's the story, man. That's a little bit of details with some acceleration on it.
That's a powerful story, bro. Very powerful story. And I noticed that you said that you played D2 football. I played soccer, and you know, it's crazy. I noticed that a lot of athletes come in and just crush the business oftentimes. Is that something that you notice too? Like for me, I literally go after athletes because I'm like, yo, they have the mentality. If they apply that from there to here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe that the athletes just have the go-getter mindset. You know, most chairmen are athletes. You know, I don't know why that is, or they play some type of sport. So, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Got you, bro. And you said that when you were going into the business, you said that you knew you were going to make money. You said that you're betting on yourself every single time. And when you speak, bro, you have a certain type of posture to yourself. You have a certain level of confidence. And do you feel like that confidence is a skill, something that you can develop? And if so, how do you have people do that?
I mean, honestly, you know, first and foremost, good question, and I think I think what it came down to was I saw somebody that was less qualified, and I said, "Yo, I have a high school degree and I have a college degree. Like, what does this person know that I don't?"
Right.
And it's kind of like if, I know you play soccer. It's kind of like if you see another soccer player, you're asking, okay, what camps did you go to? Who were you coached by? Like, what extra work did you do? And if you realize, yo, I was just playing in the backyard, you like, hey, what? Like, like you automatically like, yo, I gotta up my game. You know what I mean? Maybe I've been playing around. So for me, yeah, I automatically knew I was gonna make money just because I saw that, Gustavo, and maybe I shouldn't have compared myself, but that worked out for me. Me seeing, yo, if he did it, even through the trials, even through the no's, even when I didn't get fast success, I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm doing this until because he did it. So I'm not gonna stop. That was just my mindset.
Facts, bro. Obviously, a lot of people come in this thing and they're either just trying it out or they end up, not making it to the finish line, not because of lack of skill, but because of lack of effort, lack of consistency. They just quit too soon. Why do you think people quit too soon, even though they see what you've seen? They know that it works, they've seen that it works, and they end up giving up. Why do you think?
I think honestly, I think it's various reasons. I think one, it's a sense of pride. It's a sense of pride, when you're getting delayed gratification and people telling you what's not working for you and you're still in it, and when you don't see the results that I guess you set out for yourself, and you keep listening to the noise and you stay away from the fire, those are some things that can dictate whether you're going to stay in here longevity or not. And I believe that a lot of people, they give up on themselves before the breakthrough is about to come, and when you're broken down, or when you get, you feel like, yeah, when you feel like you're broken down, that's when the breakthrough is near, so everything correlates with each other. But I think a lot of people don't understand the perspective of that. So, a lot of people have never really understood the long-term vision. You did 4 years of high school, or you did 4 years of college. I did 5 years of college, actually. So like, it was getting done until, so I was just built like that. And, a lot of people probably haven't faced any adversity, or, they're still in the 9 to 5 mindset, but in an entrepreneur world.
Hmm. That's a nugget right there, bro. 9 to 5 mindset in the entrepreneurial world. That's fire. So that leads me to my next question then. So you're talking about going through stuff, having that breakdown, before the breakthrough. And people think that chairmen are invincible, bro. They feel like they don't go through stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious. I want to know, what was your biggest breakdown that you had over the last few years being in the business? What was the biggest challenge to success that you had to overcome, and how did you do so?
Oh, yeah, this one. The It was 2020 last year. I went to London convention. I got about 35 people from my team to go to. I got 35 people to go to London convention, and I was a P2000. So, 35
Wow.
to go overseas. And when I came back, I spent a lot of money on the team. I even paid for a few people's flights, as a P2000. I overextended myself. And when I came back, I was absolutely broke. Like, I'm talking about like broke. Like, that Great British Pound violated my account. Like, like I can't make this up. Like, I was literally broke.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad, like, I came back and I was numb. And I was just like, Dad, like, I have no money. Like, I emptied out my trading account. All I had literally at that moment, I was living check to check. And I
Mm.
had $500 coming in. And I was just like, man, so I just really started relying on faith. I just really started pushing, belief. I started really speaking more. I started, I was speaking. I was playing gospel music every single morning. I was meditating. I was like, all the things that I wasn't being intentional about started being intentional because I was at my lowest, and that was the only way I knew I could get out. So I would cry in the shower, speak out affirmations. I would do everything that I needed to do that they said to do that I wasn't doing intentionally. And then, 30 days later, I hit P5. So, it works. Sometimes when you're at your lowest low, that's where you have to really pay attention to the things that you learn. So, yep, that is it, brother.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Literally just paying for people's flights at P2, like to go across the world. That's crazy. So what do you say to the person that says, hey man, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just, because we got less than 3 weeks all the way up until I Am United, the event of the year. So, if someone says, hey, C. John, I can't afford to go to the convention. What do you say? What do you say to that type of person?
My bad. So bad. The convention. Can you repeat the question again? I apologize. Somebody put the
I got you. You're good. Not only like are you like, going to every single event, you're helping people get to the events. And obviously we have less than 3 weeks till I Am United. And so for the people that say, hey, John, I can't afford to go, what kind of conversation are you having with them? Are you just letting them just, okay, cool, you're chill, or are you saying, hey, like you have to be there? What's the conversation that you're having with people that say, hey, I can't afford to go?
I mean, first things first is it has to be a perspective change. I think the conversation starts with perspective first, talking about instead of saying what we can do, let's list out the options that can get us there. We have 3 weeks. That means there's trading days within those 3 weeks, right? We have a platform where you can use your link to refer somebody, and you can actually earn, $50 for an elite package, $25 for an elite package. So I'm more solution based. I'm more like wanting to understand, like, what can we do to make this better? What can we do to, go ahead and make it work for you? Let's go on Klarna. Some people don't understand Klarna is where you can actually pay for your flights in portions. So let's figure out what can we do to get there. You know what I mean? Like, how much is the ticket? What do we have to cut out? Different things. And, I really just explained like what the event did for me. Cause my first event, I went broke. I didn't have anything. Everybody that I know that risked it, it paid out. It paid off. And I believe that it's just faith, man. You got to have faith. You got to put your back against the wall sometimes and get in that room, because somebody's going to say something in that room that's really just going to like, make it all click, and it was just me being in an environment, meeting new people that made it click for me.
No, facts, 100%. I definitely agree with you, bro. And so one thing that you and I had a conversation about the other day is we were talking about how as a chairman, you're dealing with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, older people, younger people, people who are aggressive, people who are all the different personality types. And one thing that we talked about was a key to success was becoming a chameleon, being that type of person that's able to, being able to, know how to deal with people, how to influence people, how to, get people moving in the right direction. And so what advice would you give to somebody that is maybe lacking in that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think being a chameleon is very, very important. You want to throw on your camouflage every day to figure out how can I go ahead and relate to this person? Because if you can't relate, I don't believe that somebody's really going to be able to listen. The more people you can relate to, the more powerful you become as a weapon. I think at the end of the day, we have weapons as mentors and coaches where they can go ahead and solve these problems. They can go ahead and you can matchmaker with certain specific personalities. And that could be the difference maker between somebody getting started, somebody not getting started. You know, a lot of people say, you know, you can't say the wrong thing, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, or the wrong thing to the right person, or something like that. It goes like that. But the reason why that saying is because of matchmaker. Is because of being able to camouflage with that individual. Because if I'm talking to somebody that played sports and we're speaking the same language, it doesn't matter what I say. There's relatability, aka we just built some trust, right?
Right.
You want to consistently be able to build trust during these conversations with people, you know, which is why I love FaceTime three-way calls, you know, more than I like a phone call, because they get to see me, they get to see my emotions, they get to, you know, feel me, you know, they get to feel me through the phone. And you know, that's why that's very important. But to give you guys some tips on how to do that, you know, study the colors and start identifying the people in your group. You know, start identifying different folks. You know, start listening to maybe certain podcasts. You know, start figuring out, you know, who can match with what. You know, you got to start playing matchmaking. I think when you start to really just listen, I think you can actually go ahead and start to like really understand like what do I need to say and what do I not need to be saying, you know. So I think just really listening, paying attention, and just studying the colors, the color personalities, but then also really just asking questions and just listening. I think that's very key.
Right. I feel that most people are, talking way more than they're listening. And that's a big issue. I definitely agree with that, bro. So one thing that I noticed that I've seen you talk about, seen you train about, is the spiritual side of success. And there's the spiritual side of success and the physical side of success. So out of 100%, what percentage of success would you say is the spiritual side of success, first of all?
90.
90. Okay. And if the spiritual side of success is 90%, how do you help people? How do you help people make sure that their mindset is right? And what tips would you give somebody on the spiritual side of success?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think you know, first, you know, if you are a believer, you know, let's talk about this. You know, if you are a believer, I think you want to go ahead, write down this acronym, ABP, right? ABP. Always be praying. Always be praying. You need to always be actually talking to, you know, the Most High, because, you know, you got to think about it like this. If Cruiser is my teacher for social studies, or let's say Cruiser's my dad, right? Let's just say, paint the picture, right? Cruiser's my dad, and I don't talk to my dad at all. That means I don't know my dad. If I don't ask my dad, if I don't speak and say, hey, dad, I love you. Hey, if I don't ask, if I don't say those things, I don't know him. So you can't ask for things to go right in your life if you're not even you're not even asking, you're not even talking to him, you're not even saying how grateful you are for him. So, you know, when it comes to, you know, being able to have tips, you know, I think the first tip is ABP, always be praying. And I think a lot of times you want to work on your energy, you know. High energy, high income, but you know, high energy, you're going to be able to attract, you know, the right people, you know. And I think that's very, very key, you know. And with the spiritual side, and I think, you know, meditation is going to play a big portion, frequencies is going to play a big portion, you know, just reevaluating your energy, you know. So that's pretty much it. But I got 60 seconds with you, bro, because I got to actually speak in a little bit.
I got you. Thank you so much, bro. All right. Last thing. Two-part question. Number one, what personal development book or audio changed your life more than anything else, so that people can kind of pick that up? And then number two, any tips that you have for closing out the end of the year in momentum or being in a better position that they are today?
Ask the question again really quick so I could tackle it real quick.
Okay. Number one, if you have any personal development recommendations like books or audios. And then number two, advice to be in, what advice do you give people to hit their goals before the end of the year? Anything that.
Okay, cool. So first, The spiritual stuff that I listen to is I listen to a lot of Michael Todd, Transformation Church. I listen to a lot of Stephen Furtick. I also listen to him, and that's Elevation Church. And I listen to a lot of David Imonite, the old tapes, as well, over and over. I just rinse and repeat those things. To finish out the year, I believe you got to go back to the basics, and you want to call and update your mentor every single day, or at least every week, so that they can go ahead and literally coach you on what you need to get better on for the next week. That is pretty much my tip, short and simple, straight to the point. And you need to go ahead and be praying, and you need to be speaking and writing down what it is that you want every single day if you're not exactly where you want to be. But I'll pass it back to you, and I appreciate you. I'm sorry that I had to skedaddle, but I love you guys.
No, bro.
And Cruiser, go ahead and knock them out with some gems, bro.
Hey, appreciate you, bro. Guys, drop some C25s in the chat for C John. And if y'all got some value, he has his Instagram on his name on the Zoom. So go ahead, shoot a follow, shoot him some comments on his last post. And guys, that was mad value. I'm over here, got a bunch of notes. ABP, always be praying. I got a lot of different stuff over here. But guys, that is it for today. I'm super grateful that C John was able to step out of his event to be here with us for 30, 40 minutes. And with that being said, guys, I have another special guest planned for this upcoming week. So stay tuned for that. But with that being said, guys, love y'all. Have an amazing rest of your guys' night, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, guys.